3 weird and wonderful festivals. Babies. El Colacho is a Spanish festival that dates back to 1628. Held in the town of Castillo de Murcia, babies are placed on mattresses, clothes and pillows. Then, men dressed as devils jump over the infants. Apparently, this purifies the babies and washes away all evil. Some believe that anybody who doesn't take part in the festival as an infant will have a life full of bad luck. The date of the festival varies, as it takes place on the first Sunday after Corpus Christi.
Monkeys. Every year, over 600 monkeys attend a feast held in front of the Pra Prang Sam Yat Temple in Lap Buri, just north of Bangkok in Thailand. Known as the Monkey Buffet Festival, the monkeys enjoy over 2 tons of grilled sausage, fresh fruit and vegetables, ice cream, and other treats. Between 2,000 and 3,000 monkeys inhabit the village and bring thousands of tourists to the area. So, the feast is seen as a way of thanking the monkeys for helping the local economy. The event is, of course, monkey-themed, with festival goers dressed in monkey masks and costumes. The monkeys have become accustomed to humans over the years and are extremely friendly. The festival was described as one of the strangest in the world by London's Guardian newspaper.
Tomatoes. The town of Buñol in Valencia holds the world's biggest annual food fight. La Tomatina, as it's known in Spanish, attracts tourists from all over the world. Dating back to 1945, the partying and celebrations last all week, but the tomato fight takes place between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. on the Wednesday. Until recently, as many as 50,000 people were trying to get into the small Valencian town to join in on the fun. In response, the local council has had to limit the number of participants. They also had to bring in a few rules, such as no t-shirt ripping and all tomatoes must be crushed before being thrown. Whoever thought a tomato could be so dangerous? What do you like about living in a shared flat? We asked a few people about their experiences of living in shared accommodation. I once shared a flat with 3 friends, which was great fun. Cooking together, chatting, going out. It was amazing. Some of my best experiences were when we'd all make dinner and just have a nice evening in. However, it has got its disadvantages too, as I remember it was really hard to study for my final exams while my friends were out partying.
The thing I like about living in a shared flat is that you're with people from lots of different backgrounds or cultures. So, you get to find out about people's traditions from other parts of the world and try lots of yummy international food. I remember one night we all cooked something special from our home countries. So we had food from India, Egypt and Cuba. It was amazing.
I like it because there's always someone to talk to, go out with or share a meal with. So you're never alone. The bad thing is having to share the bathroom. One of my flatmates where I was staying was really messy. She never cleaned up in the bathroom, she'd leave all her dirty clothes lying around the house, and she hardly ever washed up after cooking. Eventually, I had to say something about it, but she didn't take it very well.
I made some really good friends when I shared a flat. It's nice to know that if you've got a problem or you get sick, there's someone there who can take care of you, especially when you're living in a foreign country without your family. Once I had this terrible fever and I felt so weak that I couldn't get out of bed. But my roommates brought me food, medicine, and checked up on me regularly. It was at times like this that I really appreciated living with other people.
Natural English.
What piece of technology couldn't you live without?
At this point, I probably couldn't live without a washing machine. The idea of washing my clothes every day or going to the river or however, I don't think I could do it, and I would just smell bad all the time.
In terms of technology, I'm enamored with the pen and paper. I know it's a simplistic answer, but if you think about it, it's one of the world's best inventions. It's a great way to be able to express yourself, remember things, and without it, I really don't know where society would be.
I don't think I could live without my laptop. It has everything I need on it, and I can listen to music while I work, which is great.
You know what? I'm actually getting a bit sick of technology. I definitely can't live without my computer because I use it for work, but I'd almost want to get rid of all the technology in my life and simplify things. Life would just be more relaxed.
Definitely my phone. My whole life from the age of 13 onwards is on my phone, and to be honest, I'm addicted to text messages.
I am obsessed with my iPhone, unfortunately and fortunately. It takes up a lot of my time, so that's why it's an unfortunate thing. But on the fortunate side, it also saves me a lot of time. There's a lot of applications on there that I use that allow me to do things faster and to find things out that I wouldn't be able to do as quickly without it.